Morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. So what is the last topic? Software testing process called software testing life cycle. A software testing life cycle explains you what kind of process generally companies will follow for effectively testing some software applications. Any software application, before we start testing the product, first we need to have a proper plan and approach how to carry out testing on the current project, how to perform testing on the current project. First, we need to come out with a proper plan and approach. Every team member will not involve in the planning, correct? Your manager, your lead will make a plan how to carry out testing on the current project. Whatever the plan they decided, a meeting organized, your lead will explain the plan and approach to the team members. So this is how you carry out, we proceed further testing of the current project. In the first schedule, we focus on module 1 testing, admin module functional testing. In the second schedule, we go with banker module functional testing. In the next schedule, we go with customer module functional testing. In the last schedule, we focus on non-functional testing. And these kind of scenarios we plan for manual. These kind of scenarios we go for automation. And then work allocation. You do this, and you do this. The very first phase of testing any project, the very first phase of testing any software application, planning the work, how to perform testing on the current project. So let us talk about this test planning in detail. Yesterday, I given a brief all phases about the STLC. From here, we learn all of the phases one by one in detail. Let us start with the test planning first. Make a note of it. Test planning. Test planning. Right. Take some short details first. It is the first phase of software testing. It is the first phase of software testing. It is the first phase of software testing where the project manager and test lead and your team lead and test lead defines a plan and approach for effectively testing a project. Defines a plan and approach for effectively, properly testing a project. For effectively testing a project. So the first phase of software testing is test planning. Every team member will not participate in the planning. Your manager, your lead sit together based on their experience, based on the time commitments given to the client, based on the resources availability, based on the volume, number of requirements available in the project to be tested, finally based on the budget availability. Based on the budget, based on the delivery schedules, based on the resources availability, they make a plan and approach. This is how we proceed for the testing on the project. Finally, they prepare a document that explains whatever the guidelines, whatever the planning they made, everything will be properly documented first. Such a document is called test plan document. Continuation. The plan made by the management will be properly documented in a test plan. In a test plan. The plan defined by your management, plan made by your management, properly documented in a test plan. In a test plan. So the very first document belongs to a project testing is test plan document. The very first document generally made in project testing is test plan document. Now let us see what are the contents, what actually this test plan document will contain, provides. Let's say we are working on this Primus Bank project testing. Some banking application, Primus Bank application testing. Let's say the project we are working. Primus Bank application. Let's say there are 3 modules in this project. Admin module, banker module, and customer module. Now these senior people will sit and discuss and estimate. Let's say we have a team of 10 people. The team size is, we have a team of 10 people. How much time is estimated required for doing functional testing and non-functional testing of the whole project will be estimated. With a team of 10 people, totally how much time required for testing the whole project, both functional and non-functional requirement. Let's say the estimated effort is about 4 months approximately. They will not make a plan for next 4 months. Lengthy schedules will generally not work out. He may leave people may resign the company. Requirements may change in between. There are many practical difficulties. So now what I will do, this big plan, 4 months of plan, I'll divide into multiple schedules. First month, second month, third month, and fourth month. Phase 1, 1 month of duration. In the first phase, we test admin module functionalities. In the second phase, second month, we test banker module functionalities. In the next phase, we test customer module functionalities. In the last phase, we do non-functional testing of the whole project, the 4th month. In the first schedule, 1 month of schedule, first we focus on admin module first. Further banker module, customer module, and non-functional testing. The management decided like this. This need to be updated to these 2 people, right? 10 people, right? Then only they study the requirements of only module 1, admin module. They write scenarios and test cases belongs to only admin module in the first 1 month of schedules. This will be updated in the test plan document. This will be updated in the test plan document under a section called scope of testing. One important section in any real-time test plan document, scope. In detail, scope of testing. So what is the meaning scope of testing? What to be focused now, what not to be focused now. Assumption, a plan made for executing the first 1 month activity. Phase 1 plan. First phase plan is made. In the first phase, what is considered to test? The first phase, what we have considered to test? Only admin one. So, this section will be again divided into in scope and out scope. In the in scope, I mentioned admin module. In the out scope, I mentioned banker module and, one second, and customer module. So that by referring this content, this section, any of my team members, the 10 people will understand, okay, our management plan is, in the first phase, we have to focus only on admin module. No need to consider focus on banker module and customer module. So that all these 10 people, they study requirements about only module 1. They write scenarios and test cases only for module 1 in the first phase of schedule. If this is not mentioned in the plan document, the team members have a confusion that whether we have to focus on everything or only few requirements. A big work definitely need to be split into multiple phases. Whatever the management plan need to be explained to their team member. They explain using a section called scope of testing. The scope of testing section will explain what are the features to be tested now and what are the features not to be tested now. After 1 month, again, there will be a revised plan for the second phase. In the plan belongs to second phase, this banker module comes under in scope. In the second phase schedule I'm talking about. When you refer the test plan document of the second phase, in scope is banker module, out scope remaining, the customer module. When you refer the test plan document made for phase 3, customer module comes under in scope. So that in this schedule, we have to focus only on this, not everything. First, that should be clear to all of the team members. That is mentioned under a section called scope of testing. One of the important component in the test plan document is scope of testing. This section will explain what are all the features to be tested now and what are all the features not to be tested now. It is the first major section of any real-time test plan document. Hope the first point is clear. I'm listing what are the major contents of a real-time test plan document. What actually a test plan document contains. One section is scope of testing. The second one is test strategy. I can also call it as test approach. Test strategy or test approach. This section will explain what is the strategy we have to follow for testing the current project. What is the approach we have to follow for testing the current project? We know approach will vary from project to project. Supposing we are testing a desktop application like a calculator. Load testing, performance testing not needed. Or if I am testing IRCTC application, first priority go to functional testing, next priority go to load and performance testing, next priority go to security testing, the last priority go to UI testing. If I'm testing some other application, like sorry.com, I told you the example. The first priority goes to functional testing. In non-functional testing, first priority goes to UI testing. The approach, the way you do testing may vary from project to project. If you leave these two team members, 10 people will make 10 decisions. Your manager will decide it. What to do first, what to do next, and what to do last. That is updated under a section called test approach. What are the types of testing to be followed in the current schedule? What are the types of testing to be carried out on the current schedule? In which sequence these types of testing to be performed? What are the types of testing is applicable? In which order we have to follow these types of testing will be mentioned under a section called test approach. For example, the first, functional testing. Then load and performance testing. Actually, both are together. They are not independent activities. Then security testing. Then comparability testing. So that every team member will understand, etc., etc. So every team member will understand, okay, these are the types of testing we have to perform. And this is the order we have to follow for the current project. After completion of the functional testing, the team will focus on doing load and performance. After finishing the load and performance testing, then they focus on security, compatibility, maybe lastly UI testing. This approach will change from project to project. What is the approach we have to follow for the current project? Mentioned under the document called test plan document. It is called test approach. Hope you understood this one. Then.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we discussed sprint planning in Agile model, right, sir? Is this test plan and sprint planning both are same or?
The planning will be, every work will be having a plan. Rather than planning entire admin module, let's say there are about 40 requirements in admin module. Rather than planning all 40 modules under 1 or 2 months of schedule, in the sprint planning, only 4 to 5 requirements will be planned for 1 week of schedule. But either waterfall model project, agile model project, planning is must. Here the scope of testing all features of admin module, if it is waterfall model. In agile model, scope of testing only 4 requirements of the admin module in the first sprint. Understood?
Okay, sir. Got it.
If I am working on waterfall model concept, let's say your admin module has 40 requirements. 1-2 months of schedule made to test all 40 requirements. If it is agile model, this admin module again divided into smaller components. Rather than making 2 months of schedule to test all 40 requirements, we make 1 week of schedule to test only 4-5 requirements. But that is also there will be a plan. Again, the requirement study, KT, everything is same. Bigger schedule, smaller schedule, that is the change. Work is same.
Okay.
Right. The next section is resources. What do you mean by resources? Point of contacts. Who is the business analyst for this project? Generally, you'll find one table here. A list of point of contacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, something. The name of the people. For example, Richards, project manager, contact number and email ID. The name of the person, John. For example, business analyst, the phone number, contact number, and email ID. Like other team members' information. Total point of contact for the current project. Who is the project manager? Who is the business analyst for this project? Who is the team lead? Who are the developers engaged for bug fixing? Who are developers involved in this project implementation? And who are the other testers involved in this project? Complete team details you will find under one section called resources, man resources information. So that, what is the use of this section? You started doing smoke testing, first version given. Unfortunately, not in a testable position. Immediately, you should be able to contact the concerned developer. This is a major issue I am facing. Application, when I open, immediately it is crashing. When you resolve it, then I stopped. Maybe after 1 or 2 days, I asked you, what happened? Test case execution work. You said to me, sir, yesterday morning I started. Build is not in a testable position. So I'm waiting. Did you communicate it to developer? If you say no, I don't agree here. Correct? You should be immediately able to contact the developer. This is the problem. You have to explain the problem to the developer. So the developer will look into the issue. You do not have developer details. How are you able to contact? The complete team information should be present. Let's say there is a change request. You study the change request till there are some questions. You should be able to contact your team lead or at least business analyst to get the clarification. So all together we are working as one team. I should know who are the other people working in this project. The complete point of contact information will be provided under one section called resources. Point of contact for the current project. So this test plan document act like a guideline document, act like a roadmap for the team members in testing a product. Every day you no need to ask your team lead, sir, what I have to do. The complete approach is given here. Though there is a high-level plan like this, every day you receive a mail from your team lead. Today you write scenarios and test cases for these 2 requirements, but high-level approach is available here. A big plan is there. for the whole reference. At the same time, because first of all, I have to explain this to my next level management, correct? EO level, client level people will not ask each and every detail. So what is your plan of execution this project? So this is my plan. The same plan I have to execute by assigning the work to my team members. So resources section will explain the point of contact for the project. Got it? Then what are the next things? What are the other things? Test deliverables. What do you mean by test deliverables? Here I list out various documents to be prepared and delivered to the client. Test scenarios, test cases, bug reports. Like these, generally I list the various artifacts, various work items we have to make ready, because all these work items we have to deliver to the client along with the project delivery. We are providing some technology consulting for a client business. Whatever the consulting we are providing, technology services we are providing, we are charging and collecting the payment for that. I will not give any document about your project, but you make the payment to me. Will a customer will make the payment? We are providing technology consulting services to your business, customer business. Whenever I raise a bill, generally service-based companies, I'm not talking about product-based. Every 15 days, every week, there will be a billing model. Whenever I raise a bill to my client, in the bill, in the invoice, I need to clearly mention for what I am charging, correct? Client, I am doing your work, pay 1 lakh, pay 2 lakh, client will pay. Whenever I make a bill, I need to clearly mention the items in the invoice. This week, we have created test cases for admin module, quantity 40 test cases. We have created test scenarios for admin module, 20, quantity, 20 scenarios. 4 people involved in this work. These many hours of time spent, per hour these many dollars. That is the billing model. Getting what I'm saying? Any work generally, software company providing technology services to one customer business. Our employees working for the customer business. Last 1 week, we have created 20 scenarios. We have created about 40 test cases. 4 people involved in writing 20 scenario, 40 test cases. If I want to get the amount from my customer, I have to prepare an invoice like this. Maybe I'm talking about the invoice, simple format I'm saying for your understanding. Bill, invoice, serial number 1, description, test scenarios for admin module, quantity, 20 scenarios we have created, amount. Then test cases for admin module, 60 test cases, some X amount. Totally this is the amount. If I send this invoice to my customer, without verifying receiving these artifacts, will they release the payment? Whatever items I mentioned in the invoice must be submitted or not. So first I need to communicate to my team. These are the documents we have to make ready. Because these documents I have to submit to my client along with the invoice, correct? If I mention 20 scenarios I have to submit to my client. Without reviewing, without verifying the work, no client will make a payment. If I ask simply, our people are working, make this 1 lakh of payment, what is the work you did, submit. I'll cross-check, then I release the payment. So first I need to communicate to my team members. These are all the documentation we have to make ready, because all of this documentation we have to submit to the client along with the project delivery. So now my team members will come to know, okay, we have to document scenarios and test cases, bug reports, everything properly because all these documentation we have to submit to the client. So via test deliverable section, I'm updating to my team what are the various artifacts, work items we have to make ready, which need to be submitted to the customer. What we have to deliver to the customer called test deliverables. And lastly, work schedules. What do you mean by work schedules? Yes, what is work schedules? It is like a table format once again. Totally, what are the task items? Supposing 1 month of plan made, sale number, nothing but task number, task description, responsible, who is assigned for this work, estimated effort. Always we calculate effort in terms of hours. 40 hours is estimated for this job, 60 hours is estimated for this job, start date and end date. For example, task item 1, preparing test scenarios for admin module. Responsible A, the person name, who is assigned for the work, person name. And effort, 40 hours is the estimated effort. When to start and by what time the scenarios need to be finished. Like preparing test cases for admin module. Another person B assigned for the job. Estimated effort, 80 hours. Start date and end date. So that this table will explain high level, totally what are the major task item, who is assigned for this task, how many hours are estimated to complete this task. Though there is a high level work schedule, day to day your mail will send a mail explaining the day work for you. 80 hours meaning almost about 10 to 12 working days. I don't ask you after 12 days. Every day I assign a work to you. Today, you write scenarios and test cases for this 4 requirement. Tomorrow, again I send a mail. Today, you write scenarios and test cases for another 4 requirement. You are writing from morning till evening. You are submitting back to me end of the evening. End of the day, I'll have a review. It's a high level plan. Again, the day-to-day work will be allotted to you via emails, via meetings by your team lead. And there will be a column called work schedules. It explains totally what are the major task items, who is responsible, how many hours is estimated to complete the task, when to start, by what time the task need to be finished. These are the major contents of any real-time test plan document. In addition to this project introduction, what are the documents to be referred, all the optional column, any real-time test plan document must explain any real-time test plan document must explain what are the features to be tested now, what are the features not to be tested in the current schedule, scope of testing. We are running on schedule 1, first month schedule. Every team member should have the clarity what to test in the current schedule, what not to be focused in the current schedule. It is explained under a section called scope of testing. What are the features to be tested now? What are the features not to be tested now? It is scope of testing. The second one is test approach. So what to do first, what to do next, what to do next, and what to do last. It's called test approach. Got it? Then what is the next one? Resources. Who are the point of contacts? Who are the point of contacts for the current project? Who is our project manager? Who is our business analyst? Who are the testers? Who are the developers? Team information. Fourth one is test deliverables. What are the documentation we have to make ready? Because all these documentation we need to submit to the client. Management is clearly explaining you need to make all these documentation ready. So that along with the invoice, I'll attach these documents. The last one, work schedule. So what are the major task items? Who is assigned for this task? How many hours is estimated to complete this work? By what time this work need to be finished? The time frame, time deadlines, called work schedules. These are the major components of any real-time test plan document. Okay, right. Who will prepare this plan? Who prepare the plan document?
Project manager and team lead.
Team lead will make the document. Team lead, your test lead will define the plan and approach. Finally, which is verified and approved by the project manager. Team lead almost will make a decision. Formality's sake, they will explain to the next level. The next level person may give some 1 or 2 comments if needed, otherwise directly approve. So finally, author for any test plan document in real time is team lead, test lead. Test lead define the plan and approach, which is verified and finalized and approved by the project manager. Team lead will define the test plan document. Clear? Right. Yes.
I have doubt in 4 points. So yesterday you told in Peter that when the customer is fully satisfied, at last
It is system test plan document. It is, we are talking about how system testing to be performed.
someone make the payment at last only or in between of the you make payment service based.
Let's say you given a contract to a contractor for constructing your home. If you say after completion of my home, I'll give a payment. Once the basement is done, you have to make the payment for that. If you make the payment, then only they construct the wall, otherwise they leave the basement and go. Correct?
That's why it's about service.
Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, when the basement is finished, requirements are done, 20% of the payment you have to release. When the design phase is completed, another 15% of the budget you have. Final budget is this. Overall budget is 1 lakh. When the requirement phase and design phase is completed, you have to pay this 20,000. Once we started the coding, when the coding is done, you have to pay another 20,000. Once testing is done, you need to pay another 20,000. Once you accepted, you pay the remaining 20,000. That is the model. After making the everything, you said, I do not want it. My plan is changed. You keep this website with you. What to do? In between, we have to pay the salaries for the company people, right? A carpenter coming to a home, every day he will collect some amount. Final budget is something. But every day he will take some part amount so that every day he has to pay wages to the people. Correct? Same thing. Right. Well, finally, who defined the test plan document? Who prepared the test plan document? Test lead will define the test plan document, no doubt, which is verified and approved by the project manager. You answer my question? You answer my question? Let these people. These people. Online people, will you answer my question? I'll post a small question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the name? Rama or Ramanachari. Shiva, are you giving any experience?
No, sir.
Okay. Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
Aishwarya, are you planning any experience after this course? Any online team member?
Yes, sir. I'm planning for it.
Yes, sir, I'm planning.
Yes,
Was
sir.
it
Yes, sir. I'm planning to experience.
one person I wanted? Any one person?
Yes, sir. I'm planning for experience.
Okay. What's your name?
Manoj.
Tanuj. Okay. Answer this question, Tanuj. Keep kids away from testing. Let's say you are giving 3 years of experience and giving an interview. The interviewer posted a question like this. Did you involved in preparing a test plan? How you are going to answer this question? If you are a fresher, it's a wrong question. No interview will post this question.
Yes, sir.
Please
Partially.
say course. Assume that you are giving some 3.2 years of experience, attending an interview. Interviewer posted a question like this. Did you involved in preparing a test plan? How you answer this question?
I think I will answer that I involved partially. Maybe
I involved?
partially, not fully.
Not fully. Elaborately, can you explain?
Partially.
If you
Maybe.
say yes, listen, everybody. If you say yes, I involve, you cannot answer further questions. Further or project management related questions, you will not find in any books. The 3.2 years of experience, people will not involve in planning the work. 3 years is not any senior experience. It's a very little experience. Fresher, when you join as a fresher, first to 6 months, almost no work will be given. KTs will be given, trainings will be given. You are going and coming. Truly speaking, just you observe some people will sitting on the lab, almost about 7-8 people, previous batch student, almost 8 months back they have joined. What they are doing, coming to lab and doing some practice. Drawing a salary of 80,000, 90,000 per month. Experienced people. They given experience. They given experience and available. If you want to call, I'll call all the batch. Maybe you have not entered into the lab till now. Once you enter, you experience it. Okay. 3.2 years of experience they kept. Already they are working. They are working here. Work from home, right? They are working from institute. Last 6 months, 8 months, what is happening? KTs. Right. See, 3 years of experience is not such a serious senior experience. 7 years, 8 years, 5 years, above 5 plus only generally considered as good experience. Okay. With 3 years of experience, you will not involve in planning the job. If you plan it, definitely it will go wrong. The people who are planning for some experience, kind of 3 years of experience, if really you receive this question, do not say yes, I involve, because you cannot proceed further. Do not say no. No is not acceptable answer from an experience giving person, correct? Interview meaning convincing the other person. With the answer no, you cannot convince the other person. Smartly you need to answer. If I am at your position, giving 3 years of experience, I'll answer this question in this way. I know little about making a test plan. But in my current experience, I didn't get a chance to make a plan. My lead take care of it. In my current experience, I didn't get a chance to make a test plan and my lead take care of it. Understand the point? This is how you have to answer. This is how you have to answer the question. Clear? Smartly you have to, do not say no. Do not say yes. If you say yes, you cannot answer further question. No is not acceptable answer in the interview process. No, I do not know. I do not know, but I want a salary. It's not acceptable answer. Correct? You have to convince the other person. I know little about making a test plan. In my current experience, I didn't get a chance to make a test plan. My lead take care of it. Finally, you said no only in a different way. Freshers, you will not receive this question. Clear about this. We have to learn smart way of answering also. Madam, can I post a question? A small question. Will you answer? Right? You are giving experience or no? Fresher. Okay. Let's say you given an interview, you are selected. Lastly, HR person asking a question. You prefer money, salary, or you prefer work? You prefer work. Take your appointment letter. No salary.
Both.
You said work, right? Take your offer letter. No salary for next 1 year, okay? From tomorrow you join. Yes, madam, why you are thinking? If you are in before me, I'll ask like, why you are thinking? Just now you said money. Sorry, just now you said work. I'm giving the work. Join from tomorrow. No salary, okay? I want both. Very good. This should be the first answer. Finally, we are working for money, no doubt about it. If no money, we sit in home, watch Netflix. Why to go to office? Simple. Finally, we are working for money. Employment policy is earning a money in a professional way for the day-to-day life. That is for the employment policy. First of all, employment policy is that. If no money, nobody will work. If no money, nobody definitely will work. Finally, we need the money. We have to earn the money for the day-to-day life. Earn the money in a professional way, in an ethical way, and build your career. That is the employment policy. Agreed? One more question. You are selected. Will you work for night shift? Your timing is night shift because our project is US-based project. Okay? Sorry? Okay, right. Some people will say, so I'll ask my mommy and daddy, I'll get back to you. Generally, they will ask. Actually, your shift is general shift only. Wantedly, they will ask to check how you are answered. People will say, no, immediately they'll stand up. I go, I will not prefer. Actually, they are recruiting you for general shift only, just to ask, just they are asking to check the way of you behave. Okay, these are generally some HR related questions. Anyhow. Which one? Okay. How to answer this question? If I'm at your position, I'll answer in way. I prefer to work in regular shift. If really situation demands, I'll work in night shift also. Simple. I prefer to work in regular shift. If situation demands, yes, I work for the night shift. Almost you given an answer, but not hurting the other person. Correct? Well, anyhow. So note on this. Many people will fail in the interviews because of not convincing the other person. Working people generally feel, I am working. I am giving a job to you. Actually, he is not giving job. Company is giving a job. But the people who are sitting in that seat, most of the people will think, I am giving the job to you. First of all, this person given a job by other person. That thing we should not forget about that, correct? They will answer, they will post the questions in this format. Then what to do? Finally, I wanted a job. Convince that person. Once you enter, he is also employee, you are also employee. That's it. Only in that interview, 15 minutes only, he behaves like that. After 50 minutes, he is also employee, or once you got the offer letter, all employment rules same for the senior people and junior people. Well, test plan. Take it, test plan. No, take some short notes about test plan. Take somebody, test plan document. Test plan document or test plan template. Test plan document or test plan template. Template meaning, generally template meaning, a structure, a format. How a real-time test plan document looks. Continuation. A test plan document, a test plan document, a test plan document will explain better you list all one by one. Better you list all one by one. A test plan document will explain first scope of testing. Scope of testing. The scope of testing. The second one, test approach. Test approach. The next one, resources. Resources. Then test deliverables. Test deliverables. And work schedules. And work schedules. A test plan document will explain scope of testing, test approach, resources, test deliverables, and work schedules. These are the 5 major components of any real-time test plan document. Make a short note. A test plan document acts like a guideline document, acts like a guideline document or acts like a roadmap, it acts like a roadmap for testing a project. Acts like a roadmap for testing a project. Roadmap meaning generally, it clearly explains how to proceed further. What to do first, what to do next, something like that. Fine. So this is about the planning phase. Here you are not going to involve. In the planning phase, you are not going to involve. Your senior person make a decision, explain the plan and approach. As per the guidelines, as per the plan and approach, we have to start further workings. So what is the second phase of this? Test analysis. Make a note. Test analysis. Test analysis. So what is the work carried out here? Here you will come into the picture. From here your work starts. I assigned a work to you. Today you write scenarios and test cases for these 2 requirements. Today you write scenarios and test cases for these 2 requirements. Without studying the 2 requirements, analyzing the 2 requirements, will you be able to plan what to test and how to test? We cannot. First, you need to understand the business requirements. One option in the industry, if any SRS, FRS available for the project requirement, the documents will be given to the team member. Mostly in waterfall model, V model, we follow proper documentation. The documentation, SRS, FRS, whatever available, given to the team members. When we talk about agile model, a meeting organized, scrum meeting conducted, where the BA will explain the requirements to the team members. Finally, by studying the available requirement document, by attending the KTs, we gain the knowledge about the customer product requirements. This activity is nothing but test analysis, understanding the project requirements. Make a short description. In this phase, QA team, tester, QA team analyze requirement documents like SRS, FRS to gain the knowledge about customer needs. To gain the knowledge about customer needs, customer business needs.
Sir, what does FRS stand for?
We'll continue, we'll discuss. So in this phase, we study the available requirement document like SRS and FRS to gain the knowledge about the customer business requirement, customer business needs. Continues. And also the team lead or business analyst give a KT about the requirements to the team. Give a KT, knowledge transfer session, KT about the requirements to the team. Your senior person, team lead, business analyst will explain the requirements. Explain the requirements, nothing but giving a KT about the requirements to the team, to the team members. By studying the available requirement specification, by attending the knowledge transfer sessions, KT is given by our senior person, we get to know about the project requirements. We understand the project requirement, right? In these notes, I explained two terms, SRS and FRS. Actually, various requirement documents are, okay, 1 second. BRS is one requirement document, business requirement specification. SRS is called another format of requirement document. FRS is another format of requirement document. BRS one format of requirement document, SRS another format of requirement document, FRS is another format of requirement documents. Any project, if you find any requirement document, these are the three possible requirement documents. Let us talk about what is this BRS, SRS and FRS. Take it, BRS. BRS. So BRS full form is Business Requirement Specification. Listen. Business Requirement Specification. Listen first. The high-level requirement document, the very first document created by our BA is BRS. What actually this BRS is? Supposing I'm a business analyst in a company. We are implementing some banking software for a client, ABC Bank. Me and my team, first level, domain experts will go to the on-site customer location. We'll talk to the stakeholder, owner of the business, customer representatives. As we are implementing a banking software, me and my team will talk to the bank manager, teller, loan section people, credit card section people, and other departments people, not in one day. It takes a couple of days of time. First, we gather some initial information from the end user's business. What actually our customer business is. What actually they are doing as of now. What kind of system they are using now. What are the drawbacks in the existing system? What is the application or software we are proposing? This kind of high-level information will be updated in a document called BRF. The BRF will not contain any technical data. It is something like this. Me and my team went to the customer location. The bank manager said in this way. Bank manager, stakeholder or the customer representative explained one requirement like this. Sir, bank manager said in this way, sir, we are operating our business from 300 locations. By end of 2023, we are planning to open another 100 branches. As of now, we are operating the business from 300 locations. By end of next year, we are planning to open other 100 branches. In every branch, 30 employees are working. Clerk, teller, loan executive, manager, etc. Approximately 30 people working in every branch. From morning 9 to till evening 6, these are the working hours. Many customers will come to our bank to make deposits, withdrawal, to open a new account, loans inquiry, something like this. And we wanted a very secured application because this clerk and everybody should not be able to access every feature because it is a finance business. Only teller should have access to deposits and withdrawal, not the loan section people, and it is vice versa. Like this, generally customer will speak, correct? Customer do not know much technicals. System technicals I'm talking about. Customer is very good in their business, but do not know about our technology terms. Such a raw information given by the client will be updated in BRS. This story I will document in this format. BA will document in this format, whatever manager said. Our client, Premise Bank, as of now operating the business from 300 locations. By end of 2023, our client is planning to open other 100 branches. In every branch, approximately 30 people working who belongs to various roles like teller, loans executive, manager, etc. Our client is looking for a very secured application. Only authorized employees should be able to access appropriate features. Like this, I'll write a story. BA will write a story. Such a high-level information, raw information about the business is called BRS. BRS. It will not contain any technical details. So what is a BRS full form? Business Requirement Specification. It explains the high-level information given by the client about the business. Make a note. BRS stands for Business Requirement Specification, and it explains the high-level information given by the client about the business. High-level information given by the client about the business. Understood? Right. It explains high-level information given by the client about the business needs, business requirements. The second one. SRS. SRS. So SRS full form is System or Software Requirement Specifications. Make a note. SRS stands for System or Software Requirement Specifications. System or Software Requirement Specifications. System or Software Requirement Specifications, which contains the technicalities we can call, or simply technicals. It contains the technical information about, instead of saying technical information, I use the word technicalities. Okay, otherwise, which contain technical information about the project. Technical information about the project. What do you mean by technical information? Whether to develop a mobile app, web application, client server application, what kind of architecture is suggested. Some high-level technical details will be presented in a document called FRS. The next one, FRS. This is the document required for us. If really you given a document, listen everybody, if really you given a requirement document in your company to understand the requirement, you receive this FRS document that contain the functional details. What are the various functionalities planned to implement in the website? Mentioned in a document called Functional Requirement Specification. Make a note. FRS stands for Functional Requirement Specifications. Functional Requirement Specifications FRS stands for Functional Requirement Specifications. Functional Requirement Specifications. Functional Requirement Specifications, which explains all functionalities of the project in a detailed manner. A forest document will explain all features of the product, all functionalities of the project planned to implement in the product in a very detailed way. Let's see how a real-time FRS document looks. I'm showing you. So if you are working on waterfall model, V model kind of projects, then only you receive this kind of documents where everything will be documented. If it is agile model, 1 week we plan to implement 2-3 requirements. We do not document everything in detail. Generally, FRS format will be like this. Every functional requirement explained in a detailed way in the FRS. All functionalities of the project explained in a very detailed way in the FRS document. How a real-time FRS document looks. Every functionality explained in the document with the help of some components. The first one is overview of about the functionality. Check here. As per this document, what is the first requirement? Premise Bank homepage. Every requirement will be uniquely numbered. Premise Bank homepage is the first functionality planned to implement in the site. The overview section will explain about this homepage. What is this homepage? You just refer it, study it. Premise Bank homepage allows different users such as admin, bank employee, and various customers, individual customers, corporate customers, international customers to log in and use the application for further usage. Also, this homepage provides information about various services offered by the bank. Finally, what is this homepage is precisely explained under a section called Overview about the functionality. Okay. Developer will refer to design the product, to make the product. We are referring this document for what? With the reference of this document, I should be able to plan what to test and how to test, correct? For that reason, I am referring this document. A tester refers this document in order to prepare test scenarios and test cases. Requirement based, we have to do testing. And testing the product is meeting the requirements or not. First of all, I should know the requirements. For that, I am referring here. Right. The very first functionality planned to made in the website, homepage of the product. The homepage allows various users, admin, bank employees, and various customers, individual customers, corporate customers, NRI customers to log in and access the application for further usage. Okay. As per the description available for the homepage, what are the functionalities must available in the homepage of the website? You tell me. How the developer is implementing, I will not look into that as a tester. As per the requirement document, what are all the functionalities must be present in the homepage of the website?
Login.
Login section. Not just login, admin login section. Because
Admin
admin
login.
should log in from the homepage. Also, there should be bank employee login section. Also, individual customer, corporate customer, NRI customer login. Now here I got 5 scenarios. Now, if the product is given to me, the homepage of the website is given to me for testing, first I check admin login section is available or not, and whether it is working or not. First of all, admin login section available somewhere in the homepage or not, and it is working or not. Scenario 1, check admin login. Scenario 2, check bank employee able to log in or not. Scenario 3, check individual customers are able to log in or not. Scenario 4, check corporate customers are able to log in or not. Scenario 5, check international customers are able to log in or not. We got 5 scenarios here. These are document. These are the functionalities must be present in the homepage. And they should work as expected. 5 scenarios will document. With the reference of this document, I'll show you. We generally document like this. It is a template called scenario template. What to test in the home page to be documented first. What to test in requirement 1. What to test in requirement 2. One by one we have to document. So what is scenario 1 here I documented? Check admin login. Then check bank employee login. Check individual customer login. Corporate customer login. International customer login. And also, as per the description, and also it provide information about various services offered by the bank. Login section, okay. And also, a new customer is, a visitor is coming to the website. A visitor who do not have an account came to the website. They may click about us. They may click contact us. They may browse some information about the bank. Then they make a decision whether to open an account or not. Generally, these kind of users are called guest users or visitors. Supposing a person want to apply for a loan, they come to the website, go to loan section, housing loans. There is a link available called housing loans in the homepage. They click. They should be able to see the appropriate content. So here we have to check, not only login section, we have to check various links present in the homepage are working or not. That about us, contact us, something like this, branch locator, something like that. So based on this, my next scenario is, what is the next scenario here? Check homepage links. See, listen, at the time of writing scenarios, we do not plan how to test. Scenario meaning what to test in the homepage requirement, admin login, banker login, customer login, homepage links, etc. They are called scenarios. If I want to document this without having the knowledge about the domain, can I able to document this? If the requirement document available, we refer it. Not available, definitely your management should provide a KT about the product to you. Though the requirement documents is given, just by reading a document, generally we cannot understand 100%. Generally, if I'm the team lead, what I do? First, I give the available requirement documents to my team members. Today, you refer the document first. I ask my team member, today, tomorrow, you go through the document. You study the requirement today and tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, I'll organize a meeting. I'll ask my team members, if requirements are understood or do you have any questions? One team member posted, sir, in admin module, it is not clear. I'll explain. Other team member posted, in customer module, the functionality not understood. I'll explain. If I feel there are many questions to my team member, I'll give a walkthrough about the project to my team members. I'll give a KT about the domain to my team members. Right. So we are learning what are the various sections of a real-time FRS document. Then there'll be one more section called prototype. In every FRS document, you don't see a prototype. It's not mandatory section, it is an optional section. It's an optional section. What is this prototype? What do you mean by prototype? A copy. A copy of the actual product being implemented. A dummy, I can say. Supposing at the time of collecting the requirements are not properly understood. Rather than making the actual project, maybe our management made a sample. The management made a sample. This is how your application looks. If you ask a carpenter, I wanted a furniture here. If you ask an interior consultant, I wanted interior for my home, they'll make a small 3D kind of stuff. They will present first. This is how finally your house looks. If you say okay, then they start, correct? Before starting. It's a dummy prototype to the actual. If really any prototype made for this project, then the prototype will be given. For every project, we will not make a prototype because making a prototype also time and investment. Requirements are clear, prototype is not needed. When the requirements are not much clear, project managers decided better we make a small prototype first, explain to the customer. When the customer said okay, then we start. In this scenario, prototype will be given in the FRS. It's not a mandatory section. Some FRS will have a prototype. Some FRS you will not find a prototype. Then the business rules. What do you mean by business rules? Let's say it is a banking system. When a customer made a money transfer below 10,000 rupees, 5 rupees to be deducted as a service charge. For the amount between 10,001 to 1 lakh, 10 rupees are service charges. For the amount between 1 lakh 1 to 10 lakh, 20 rupees are service charges. About 10 lakhs is not transferable from a savings account. These are rules, right? Some business condition. How the tester or developer will come to know about them? That should be available in the document, correct? That is a section called business rules. Similarly, employee registration functionality. Employee number should be auto-generated. Employee name minimum 4 characters, maximum 40 characters. Something like this. These are called business rules. These kind of business rules are given in the FRS document under a section called, business rules you can also call as input validations, input conditions. For input conditions or business rules, both are same. Input condition, minimum 4 characters, maximum 40 characters. That's the input condition. Or when I transfer a amount of this below 10,000 rupees, these are the service charges. They are called input conditions. We can also call them as business rules. So today, after the sessions, I'll upload this document also in our LMS for your reference. Okay? And also, the one more section, page elements. Page elements. What are the various fields we plan to implement in this employee registration form? For example, I ask my developer, today you develop employee registration page. I ask my developer, today you develop employee registration page. My developer will question me, okay sir, I can, but what are the input fields required? Employee number, employee name, designation, salary, enough or more fields? Definitely we have to provide the details to the developer about this, correct? The page element section will explain what are the various fields planned to implement in the home page. Home button, personal banking, corporate banking, international banking, about us, login section, some user information like customer service, internet banking FAQs, privacy, terms and conditions, disclaimer, sitemap, news. Then only developer will implement appropriate links, and we check all these elements are available in the page or not. In UI testing, we have to check all the elements are available in the window or not. These are input to us. And lastly, these are called actually use cases. Flow diagram, activity diagram. Most used term is use cases. Use cases meaning how end user will interact with the system. How user will use the system is called use case. How admin will log in, how bank employees will log in, how admin will create a branch, how a customer will make a money transfer, the flow diagram. They're called use cases. So these are the major contents of any real-time FRS document. Make a note of this. Stories, there is nothing but the features. In Scrum model, we'll discuss about this. A user story, product backlog, Scrum, other terms belongs to Agile model, Scrum model, I'll discuss. Where I stopped earlier. A FRS document will explain all the functionality. Better you know down as it is FRS template. FRS template. How a real-time FRS document looks. FRS template. Overview, prototype, business rules, page elements, and use cases. Okay. Who is the author for any requirement document, either BRS, SRS, FRS? Business analyst. Anybody prepared? Finally, BA is moderating, verifying, and approving it. Generally, there will be junior people will be preparing. The BA will have a cross-check and confirm it. Finally, we have to say BA is the author for any requirement document. It may be a BRS or SRS or FRS. Right. We discussed about test plan and requirement related work. I'll upload this FRS document in our learning management system, LMS product, which is a downloadable copy I'll upload. The FRS document I'll upload as a downloadable copy. You can refer it. Okay. And tomorrow we enter into the actual our job, writing scenarios. First, tomorrow fully we focus on writing scenarios. Okay. See, coming to majorly your job in manual testing is, after understanding the requirement, writing scenario, writing test cases, executing test cases, bug reporting. These are practical work generally you do in day-to-day work in manual testing. Here we have to focus more. Tomorrow I start writing scenario. Once you said, everybody said, we are comfortable in writing scenarios, then only I go to the next topic. Okay. Thank you. We continue tomorrow. Thank you, online team. We continue tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.